Conspiracy. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of spice of life. And so we put out some fishing lines into our oceans and we asked to give us some of their favorite conspiracy theories. Today we're going to be, taking a deep dive and maybe we'll be convinced. I saw a few that had me scratching my head and rethinking my whole life, honestly.
There's definitely a few that I've heard before.
Are you breaking my hand again?
No.
Starting off strong, there was Avril Lavigne, pop singer from the early 2000s. I mean, she's still technically around, but who cares? How the conspiracy goes is that Avril Lavigne died mysteriously in an accident. She was replaced by a clone named Melissa. But, I mean, the evidence points, so strongly. I mean, like, she's got a different hairstyle and she's, like, doesn't wear ties anymore.
Yeah, what happened to the punk?
Like, she was a punk.
I remember people pointing out certain, like, acoustic versions of the songs not sounding the same anymore.
Okay, but here's the thing. Have you ever listened to the band Korn with a K? It's like a... Their acoustic album is called the Unplugged album. It is like the most beautiful harmonic thing ever created. But then you listen to the real versions of those songs and it's just a lot of... mixers are a magical creature. As a VTuber, I've learned this. A mixer can turn a vocal pariah into a godly genius of the arts. So I don't think it's fair to judge Avril Lavigne on that.
It can make like people who like don't have singing talent like sound like they partially do.
New conspiracy. Nobody in can sing.
I can't I was about to say maybe they keep them unarchived for a reason, but I've watched those things live, so I don't have like a foot to stand on.
That's okay.
I'm pretty sure I'm staying indie at this point. It's fine. It's fine. Da, 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 da.
How dare you say a slur to me?
Let's pick one from my post. So I have a little bit of a following. Killed her right after fucking her. There's a few here. So let's see. Fave's simulation is... Sorry, Fave's...
I don't play The Sims. I don't know what you're talking about.
Conspiracies. Simulation theory as a conspiracy. And that being like the theory that we're all living in a simulation. I heard this was really interesting because the way particles act and move while being observed and while not being observed has found to be different in some cases, which implies that kind of rules of our world are kind of being created as we continue to discover and observe more things within the world.
It's like, I think, therefore I am, except it's I see, therefore it is.
Yeah, kinda.
So what you're saying is Chris Chan was right.
You know who's actually, like, so fine?
Now I'm concerned. Who do you find fine?
Who do you think?
Andrew Tate?
No! Oh, God, no! No! Keanu!
Oh, Keanu! Okay, that tracks. I was very concerned for your mental health for a second, more than usual.
No, you're breathtaking.
And thank you, citizen.
Comment below if you think Midas is breathtaking.
Okay, so... Everybody, gather around. Did you know that human beings can be telepathically mind-controlled by orcas, dolphins, and other highly intelligent marine mammals?
Womp womp.
How dare you slur? Cope. All right, next.
Dead internet theory. Both our communities said that this one was one they were interested in.
Yeah, okay, so on my post, I got that one no less than 20 times.
20?
Yeah, people really are interested in the dead internet theory right now. Do you know what that is?
I actually don't. I've like heard the term thrown around, though.
So the dead internet theory is that the majority of people online are actually not people. They are bots.
Oh, that kind of reminds me of the thing where...
and so all engagement
there's like
is
a lot
fake.
of... I've heard, like, this is not confirmed facts, or I don't think it was confirmed facts, but a lot of the, like, voters in the United States specifically are, like, dead people. Like, people voting for those dead names.
Yeah, that is the same kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, so.
Like, that's, like, the dead internet theory, I think, don't quote me on this, started based off of Facebook accounts of dead people not being deleted. And instead, they were just being used by... like bots, like they were just being given to bot farms.
Oh.
Fun fact, actually, my old Facebook from when I was like really like a kid.
When you shouldn't have had a Facebook.
When I shouldn't have had a Facebook, but I needed it to communicate with my siblings. It got hacked by one of these bot farms, and it is so totally unusable now. Like, and I can't delete it because you can't fucking delete Facebook. But I've removed all of my important information. So now it's just like an empty account that I log into sometimes and laugh because I'm following no less than like 60,000 Indians. Specifically Indians.
So like people from India.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, I have my own personal theory as to why a bunch of the top English VTubers are Canadian. Like specifically.
Healthcare?
No, it's because we're sexier.
Oh, I just thought it was like all
biz.
Canadians are nerds, and we're like a lot more of us are into like niche things, and there's just like so many more American normies.
No, I just think Canadians are just inherently like in our souls we're just sexier. And like people online can feel that. They can feel it.
Sexy lumberjack vibes.
Yeah. Except for that one homeless guy who apparently thinks that I don't know Jesus.
I mean, you don't need to know Jesus to wear flannel.
NASA faked the moon landing, but due to budget constraints, they had to shoot on site.
That brings up so many questions. It's like a.
I personally believe that one. You can call me a nut, but I think that one has some merit.
Okay, but like the moon landing has got to be fake because it's still up there in the sky. So how could it have landed?
Are you saying that Majora's Mask lied to me?
So drinking tap water will either brainwash you into being easier for the government to control, or it will turn you gay. They're putting chemicals in the water. It's turning the fucking frogs gay. Second world within the earth.
Oh, Hollow Earth theory. That's
Wasn't there a Nick Cage movie with him when he went inside the world, or was that a different guy?
that was Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
No. There was
Journey to
another.
the center of the earth.
No. There was another guy who did Journey to the Center of the Earth. It was definitely a white dude.
I mean, with all the kinds of films that Dwayne the Rock Johnson in, is he not like an honorary white dude with all the roles he's played? He's been a cop multiple times. A nice short one. The entrance to Hollow Earth is in Antarctica. Classic one. I remember that one from my childhood.
Yep.
Denver, there is an international airport. And for some fucking reason, there's a bajillion conspiracy theories around this very specific airport. Like, there's Nazis, there's Freemasons, there's cult sacrifice, there's underground society stuff. Like, it's crazy. It's hilarious. Like, if I read off the list here, the Freemasons has control of the airport since it opened, and it has ties to the New World Order. Okay, you think, okay, that's a bit crackpot. Another one under the same airport, like under the baggage transport, there is tunnels to a secret bunker designed to house billionaires and global political elite in the event of an apocalypse. The lizard people and or evidence of aliens are also all scattered throughout. Joe Biden is the secret husband. That's one. That's the whole theory.
Oh, well, wasn't it because he said I'm Joe Biden's husband, or like I'm Joe Biden's wife? He like messed up his words.
He messes up his words all the time. It doesn't.
It's kind of entertaining. Like I don't follow politics or anything like that, but like sometimes there's some funny memes, you know? Like it's just like old political people. Hee hee.
We need fan art of Joe Biden's husband.
What if you were Joe Biden's husband all along?
Maybe Joe Biden's husband were the friends we made along the way.
I like this one. Except for I like LEDs, so this doesn't work for me. The sun is actually a giant LED.
You know, I can get behind it. A
Simulation.
Okay, here's the thing. If the sun's a giant LED, does that mean that like
I feel like it'd be a heat lamp then.
Wait, what it is when you know how we're having the what's it called? With the
solar eclipse?
Yeah, we're having the solar eclipse.
Yeah.
That's them swapping out like the bulb.
They're swapping out the bulb. When are they going to swap out your bulb?
I'll swap your bulb. Moving on. I think let's scroll. There was another theory I wanted to look at specifically all the way down.
The term conspiracy theory.
Oh, that one is a good one. The term conspiracy theory itself was coined to try and discredit people saying truthful things during the Vietnam War, and was coined by the CIA. This is one that my dad firmly believes in, and he would say all the time growing up because he was a born and bred blue-blooded conspiracy theorist.
You know what the modern day conspiracy theory is technically by that standard then?
What?
Fake news.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. To discredit it as being silly and goofy, you take away any merit that anything can have, and you shut down conversations that are important. Aliens! Aliens are already on Earth, and they are just observing humans like bird watchers.
Which, speaking of, birds aren't real.
Birds aren't real.
Phantom time theory?
That one. Oh, that one is a conspiracy theory that 300 years of our modern history was deleted because during the medieval period, a king wanted to solidify his reign, so he erased all records. And because of that, we're actually 300 years in the future, physically, technically, but we don't know.
You know what? I feel like the way historical records have made and been known to be altered, that seems accurate. However, we do have technology that is able to physically time date a lot of things. So I feel like unless every single historical record was meticulously changed all over the world, then we would still be able to find some sort of time discrepancy.
You know what? That's a good point.
Because we are able to date things by the carbon in them, and carbon date a lot of things.
Next, there's a theory about Disney being frozen cryogenically.
I wouldn't be surprised, but just because like rich people do crazy things with the crazy amount of money, like you could just when you're that level of rich, you can just do whatever you want. I don't think it's gonna work though, considering when he died, but like maybe he tried.
Here's the rest of the theory though. It's that he was supposed to be thawed, but the thawing failed, and to cover it up, that's why they changed the so at the time he was supposed to be thawed, they released Frozen. And so when you would type in Disney Frozen before the movie was released, you would get entirely like articles of this conspiracy theory about his head being frozen. After the movie released, you only see the movie. Like originally they were supposed to like name that movie like titled after the actual fairy tale it was based off of, but the theory is that they specifically changed it last second to help further the goal of burying the story about Walt Disney's frozen head.
You know what? I think regardless of if the conspiracy theory is true, I think Walt Disney still did pull off naming it Frozen to cover it up, because I don't think they like a negative conspiracy like that going around, whether it's true or not.
So, Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey, that sounds familiar.
So there was a conspiracy for a while that he was like a Hollywood elite who was friends with like all of the Donald Trumps and all the movie producers and the big actors.
Did he do anything? What was he famous for? Or is he kind of like Kim Kardashian level?
He was kind of Kim Kardashian. He was famous for having famous friends, basically.
It's like Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, but he also owned a bunch of businesses. And his claim to fame is that he owned a private island that he would throw big parties on.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about the island, not the person as much.
Yeah, the conspiracy was that he was throwing big orgies and sex parties on this island, and he would invite everyone to them. And that ended up turning out to be true, but it turned out to be worse than the conspiracy theory, because it was all pedophilic, and I will probably put a censor on that word. And so Jeffrey Epstein was sent to jail, and then he quote-unquote committed suicide. But the suicide, it was super suspicious because there was no possible way he could have done it unless like somebody sneaked all the items in for him and then he just did it himself. No,
so we're thinking like
he was
homicide.
suicided. He was suicided.
So we're thinking homicide.
Straight up murder.
Like murdered.
Murdered to make it look like a suicide. Because he said openly that he was willing to talk about all the people that went.
Okay.
And as soon as he said that, he died. And then after he died, all of his ledgers were released, and that's what his book was.
So it was a cover-up.
It was a cover-up, but the cover-up failed because the list of his guests to his private island ended up being released anyway because he had that set up.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. And you know who was on that ledger? Stephen Hawking.
I remember seeing the memes about him being on the island were like really, really funny. Like dark, but really funny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
it's okay to meme about dead people, I guess. If they're dead, it makes it like, you know, less.
If they're dead, they can't fight back. They can't
I don't think he could have fought back when he was alive either.
His lawyers would have.
My conspiracy theory is that I would be happy when I was an adult.
Honestly.
I think I would have thought that, except for I did watch the movie 13 Going on 30.
Oh.
Did you watch that movie?
No.
I feel like you would have benefited from watching that movie.
What is that supposed to mean?
Kind of teaches you how to deal with creeps early on.
Look.
So Midas is actually a successful streamer who just wanted to create a vent channel, but it got too big and now she is caught in the lie and has to play up their lore. You know it's true. Man, I wish you were more successful. I'd have you pay for more rent.
I wouldn't be here. If I was successful,
we'd be splitting the internet bill.
Yeah.
We.
If I was successful, I wouldn't be using a Vroid on a vent channel because I would have the money to pour into my vent channel. Anyway,
I specifically love the Mark Zuckerberg memes of him being a reptile or a lizard man.
Oh yeah, no, he's 100% a lizard.
I also like the robot theories too, though, because that also gives the like a robot lizard, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. When I think like robot humanoid, I think of like the Detroit Become Human style ones. You know, the ones that are like almost borderline romantic.
Iron Mouse theory.
That the reason why she has so many models is because they're tax write-offs.
That's just truth, though. See, you know, now the theory of you committing tax fraud sounds even more legit. If you're not realizing that's a write-off.
Shut up. Shh. Subscribe. You're implying that I will, in the future, commit tax fraud.
I mean, once you get monetized, you know, the world is your oyster.
Right, I'm cutting this part out of the bot. but the bit's done. I'm done with the bit. The bit's
No,
over.
You're staying here. Oh, wait, you want to do Magnet together?
No.
This funny little creature living in my house.
Oh, where'd you get those?
You know what? The internet is a wild and wondrous place.
Why are you ordering creatures off the internet? What if I told you about talking to strangers online? No, wait, you told that to me.
Yeah, that was me telling you not to talk to strangers. Like, would you date yourself?
Absolutely not. I would have a one-night stand with myself, though. Honestly, when I went to the city for the first time, going to university, it was like going to fucking Disney World. I was so enamored to get on a public bus. I was just sitting there looking out the window, like my eyes were like wide, like, whoa, the buildings are taller than me.
That reminds me of when I went to when I first ever flew over LA in the States. It was like, it opened up my mind. Like I understood why they say Canada only has one road. Like, cause I could see all these I looked past the horizon and there was more freeways and more roads and more interstates, and it just went on and on and on and on for as far as I could see out of the plane window.
Can you imagine trying to jaywalk that? Peter, the horse is here. I'm chronically online. This is the longest I have been. Wait, hold on. Like, I'm shaking right now because I can't pick up my phone to check my messages. You see this? It's because I haven't logged into YouTube
I'm
Studio.
taking the phone.
No, I need to say what people are saying about my latest funny video. What do you mean, you guys? You're the one who implied that we're drinking piss.
No, I'm just saying
No, this is all on you.
What's that? Too bad is he drinking Midas piss?